Welcome back to the Alderson's Awards West post-game show alongside Mychal Turner for a second straight year with the entire Emerald Ridge team.
Yep.
Mychal, how big of a win was this for you guys?
This is really big. Puyallup's a great team, so, we came out here, we just played hard, and it's a great win. We love this win. Every year, it's a rival win. It's a great win.
The game had so many swings of emotions where it saw Puyallup go on a 14-0 run. How did you guys stay settled?
Coach said in the locker room they went on a run. It's a game of runs every year. It's a game of run every game, so, we were good. We just stayed poised.
Stayed poised in order to get it done.
Yep.
But for you guys, how big of a win is this looking beyond tonight?
We're not really looking beyond tonight. It's just a game, so we're on to the next game. We're not really worried about, we're just playing next game.
How special is this team?
This team is great. We're a majority seniors, a lot of juniors, one sophomore, so, it's really our last run, and we're looking at this year like this is our last. So,
what does Emerald Ridge basketball mean to you personally?
Well, I transferred here after my freshman year, and I was welcomed in with nothing but love. So, to me personally, it's everything. Coach Mullen put me on varsity my first year, and I loved it. So.
This is a game that featured a lot of foul trouble. Jamaze McGriff,
yep.
First quarter, 3 fouls. How big was his performance tonight?
His performance was great. We need him to do what he needs to do. He's the best player on our team, so, we needed him to play defense. We needed him to score. We needed him to grab a rebound. He does it. So he's a dirty guy. He does all the dirty work. We love him. You know what I mean?
How big was Jordan Bennett's performance tonight?
Hey, Jordan's the real MVP of this game. Put it on, Jordan.
Yeah! Game MVP, Jordan Bennett. Jordan Bennett, you went through a wild emotional ride in this game. How big was this win and performance for you personally?
This win, man, I don't even know, man. On the rankings, we drop a lot. We drop a lot of rankings. So this win put us up a lot. This is a good win. It's a good win, man.
A good win late in the game with free throws hanging in the balance. How did you guys come up with all those offensive rebounds?
We were just being more physical. We're the physical team. We just needed those boards, and we got them. So, yeah.
Do you guys practice that? How often do you practice
every
rebounding
day.
on missed free throws?
Every day. We practice boxing out drills, getting the board, talking. We just gotta get those.
Just got to get those, and that's what they did. And you know what? Emerald Ridge also got a massive win. Jordan Bennett, he is your game MVP. Jordan, go celebrate with your team. And for the second straight year, Emerald Ridge, after a win against Puyallup, carries the game MVP off the floor.
We might have a new tradition brewing here, Danny, of game MVP getting carried off the floor. I mean, but that just goes to show how close this team is, right? It's not just one player. It's not just – I love what Mychal Turner did. The 2 seniors, and he said, get in here. I'm not MVP. I'm declaring Jordan Bennett as our Sumner Holiday Inn Express game MVP. And it starts from the top with those seniors, and you can tell how much they love playing with each other, how close they are. Just the fact that they brought the whole team into the background there, I think that's really special for Emerald Ridge, and I think there's a new tradition here. If you're game MVP, you don't have to walk off the floor.
And the MVP gets carried off after Puyallup. I guess that is the recurring theme. They did it last year with Mychal Turner, and they do it this year with Jordan Bennett. Well, who knows what might happen next year, but what a tradition. What a game between Emerald Ridge and Puyallup, and we take a look at what we've witnessed, and this game it had it all. You had scoring runs, rebounding, physicality, foul trouble, you name it, great defense. You could not ask for more in a game in December like this one.
I mean, you have to almost pinch yourself and remind yourself this is still early December. It's not late December. This is still, it's December 9th, and they're playing this hard. They're going at it this hard, and we talked about it throughout the game. They played each other 4 times last year. I wouldn't be surprised if they play each other 4 times this year. The effort that these two teams put out there tonight, Puyallup just they couldn't get that offense going in the second half as they did in the first half, and they just looked a little disheveled offensively, and they weren't able to get back into that rhythm. But they hung in there. They didn't let that phase them. They kept fighting the entire time, and so you have to give credit to Coach Olson and his squad. Of course, they're disappointed. They want to get the win, right? But it wasn't a bad loss by any means. They certainly gave themselves plenty of chances, and I'm sure there's going to be some things that they'll be correcting for the next time they play Emerald Ridge, especially when they're playing them at home too. That'll be a big thing. That also could have ended up being the difference, but because the fan base really showed out for Emerald Ridge, and sometimes having that home court can be all the difference.
Well, one thing that we mentioned throughout tonight's broadcast is that Nasnik was the X factor. 10 first-quarter points, and then ever since that point, he didn't score until the closing minutes.
Yeah, and it just, they got him going from the outside, from the inside. It took him a little bit to get back into the swing of things, and and then on the other side, you have Jameis McGriff, who wasn't able to be impactful on the offensive end, but was so good defensively. He was just awesome, getting so many rebounds. And I said it during the second half, the way how he was able to contest without fouling, that was so impressive. And I think he ended the game with just 3 fouls, correct?
Incredibly, he
didn't have a single foul in the second half. That is amazing stuff. You could really split the game MVP about 5 ways for Emerald Ridge because it was a true team victory.
A true team win for Emerald Ridge. They go to 3-0 in SPSL play. Puyallup drops to 2-1, but for Puyallup, no reason to hang their head low. This is a matchup we'll see plenty of times for this season to come. Would not be surprised if these two teams meet again in the SPSL Championship, in districts, you name it. Heck, why not maybe even 5 times in state?
Yeah, I mean, there's a very real possibility. And the thing that also stands out is they're only going to get better.
Yeah.
Like, these teams are only going to get better. And I think for Puyallup especially, because they have, like, think of Lawson Looker, for example. Yeah. He has been all in on football, right?
Yes,
and
as he should.
So focused on football. So he's still getting himself back into the basketball mindset, and it's totally different than playing football, of course. So he's only going to improve. You're going to see guys like Kwamari Costello get more and more confident playing. Some of the guys coming off the bench are going to get back into their rhythm as well. So Puyallup's only going to get better. Emerald Ridge is only going to get better, which means those games are only going to get better, which is hard to comprehend. I've already got that home game that Puyallup has hosting Emerald Ridge circled on my calendar.
Tuesday, January 27th.
We'll be there.
We'll be there. We can't wait to bring that to you. But what a night. Your Sumner Holiday Inn Express game MVP, Jordan Bennett, including the clutch free throws at the end.
As dished out by Mychal Turner. We got to give him some credit.
Yes. Too. Mychal Turner, MVP
Another
last
assist.
year. Yes. MVP last year, and also the assist from one MVP to another, I suppose. Scoring leaders for Puyallup, Will Nasnik finishes with 12, as does Bennett Hedman, all of which coming from threes. And Mason Sontag and Lawson Looker each with 9 points. Darius Alexander and Jordan Bennett finished tied for Emerald Ridge's team lead in scoring with 18. Mychal Turner finished with 7 points. Those are the key standout stars across this game. But, boy, many stars you would imagine will be in place Tuesday, January 27th in Puyallup for the rematch for Part 2 between Emerald Ridge and Puyallup. And, well, there may be a few more along the way. But certainly was our pleasure to bring this one for you tonight. For Tyler Hergert, I'm Danny Bach saying so long and take care, and thanks for being with us. Your final score, Emerald Ridge 57, Puyallup 51. We'll see you next time on the Eli Sports Network.